Welcome back to Flick Summary. Today we'll be diving into a film titled Terminal. Enjoy the recap. A young woman begs an unnamed employer to hire her as his only contract killer in a mysterious, color-coded, anonymous city after they meet in a church's confessional. She offers to fire his other contractors as a test of her worth. She requests that he find someone for her in return for her efforts. A limping janitor informs Bill, who is waiting on a deserted train platform, that no trains will arrive until 4:04 in the morning. He should wait, the janitor advises, in the 24-hour cafe. He strikes up a conversation with waitress Annie there, who notes his terminal illness and suicidal tendencies. She goes over several ways he could commit suicide. 3 weeks earlier, Annie, posing as a prostitute, manages to apprehend Illing, a hitman. He finds himself handcuffed to a bed when he wakes up, and Annie then renders him unconscious and kills him. The employer, Mr. Franklin, calls his two hitmen, Vince and Alfred, and requests that they retrieve a briefcase from the train station's lockers. When they take it to the cafe, they discover a box of matches and a money envelope. They are perplexed as to why Mr. Franklin and not Illing called them. They discover a dancer who resembles the earlier waitress Annie in the strip joint where they obtained the match pack. As payment for providing information about the hit Mr. Franklin wants them to carry out, she accepts the envelope of cash. She makes a strong impression on Alfred but ignores Vince. The hitmen are instructed to wait in an apartment and shoot a target in the opposite window as soon as instructed. Additionally, Vince receives a secret phone order to kill Alfred. Alfred should kill Vince once the hit is over because the waitress warns him that he'll try to kill him. From his hiding place, Mr. Franklin observes as video from the cafe and the hitmen's hideout is shown on monitors. Back at the train station, Annie the waitress brings Bill to a deserted air shaft and tries to convince him to kill himself. Although he stated that jumping into a deep, dark hole would be his last act, he is unable to do so. Bill calls the waitress a naughty girl after Annie teases him. This brings back a memory of him abusing two girls in his class when he was a schoolteacher. Once the waitress admits that she is one of those girls, she uses Bill's pen to stab her in the neck and shoves him down the shaft. Mr. Franklin calls the hitman's residence in the meantime to advise them to get ready for the shot. When Annie appears in his crosshairs as Vince points his sniper rifle at the window across the courtyard, he is taken aback. Vince is taken down by Alfred after pulling a gun on him. When Annie arrives, Alfred kills Vince. As the janitor arrives to clean up the crime scene, Alfred and Annie are leaving the apartment when they cross paths with him. The waitress shoots Alfred dead after turning on him back in the terminal and telling him that she is not in love with him. To clean up the body, the janitor shows up with them. The waitress makes the decision to assist the janitor in carrying the bodies to the top of the air shaft so they can both be dumped inside. The janitor enters the janitor's closet, which is actually Mr. Franklin's command post, after returning to the terminal. He takes off his fake latex skin and prosthetic bad teeth, revealing himself to be Mr. Franklin in disguise. He no longer limps and moves normally. Numerous attaché cases are waiting in line for upcoming positions. He is approached as he exits his closet by the waitress and her identical twins, Annie and Bonnie, who are later revealed to be identical twins. The twins restrain Mr. Franklin while explaining how their mother passed away. After witnessing him commit a murder and running back to her apartment to shield her twin daughters, she was being pursued by her partner, who was later identified as Mr. Franklin, also known as Clinton Sharp. Mr. Franklin doused her house in gasoline before lighting it on fire. Although she had enough time to push the girls out of a broken window, the mother was helpless. The twins were then molested by Bill for the remainder of their childhood while living in an orphanage. The twins inform Mr. Franklin that they consider him to be their biological father and that they are prepared to exact justice. Mr. Franklin begs the twins to spare him, but they lobotomize him, kill him, and then exit the terminal together. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.